Going into the episode, I forgot what it was even going to be about in the first place, just because my mind's kind of been all over the place for a little bit, and I haven't really been focusing on what the next Boruto episode was going to be about. But it's about Inojin, and at first I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting considering what kind of idea that they're going with this particular thing that they're doing within the episode. I wasn't really sure what it was going to really be focusing about, but it was mostly just development for a character who definitely really needed to have development. And because I say that mostly just because he's the son of like one of the main few characters of the side characters, at least from Naruto Part 1 and Shippuden. And I just felt like it really needed to happen, especially because he is just kind of the same character throughout the entire time that we've seen him. And yeah, granted, all the characters really are. In any media, the characters are very straightforward and narrow in terms of their progression as a character and who they are and etc, etc. They pretty much kind of stay the same. Naruto stays the same from beginning to end, but he still has development, and I really wanted to see that more with some of the side characters, and not just our like main three characters of Boruto, Sawada, and Mitsuki, but for everybody else, just because we're going to be seeing them a lot and they're going to have to be important in some way. And in this episode, we finally get that in some way, and it was better than nothing, and I kind of enjoyed it for the simple aspect of we get to see Inojin kind of downplay himself because he keeps comparing himself to his mother, because the whole thing about this episode is censoring other people's chakra, because the Yamanaka clan is very well versed in doing that, and Ino is like the best at doing it, especially after her father had died in the Great War. And they bring him back up, and they kind of go more into Ino's development as well, and the fact of why she's doing this, and she wants to carry on the will of her father. And in the episode, you kind of get the idea that Inojin kind of is getting the same feeling from her mom, or her mom is probably trying to do the same thing, but she's not. She's actually being a mother, and she's supporting her son no matter what. You know, she doesn't care how good he is at this one thing, how good he is at this other thing. As long as he's doing everything that he can with the abilities that he has and is going all out in whatever he's doing, and that's all she can really, you know, praise and ask for him to do. And I really appreciated that side from Ino, because I feel like that's something that we very rarely get to see. At least for me, it just kind of comes off that way, but I really enjoyed it. And I kind of like how they kind of focus more on Inojin as well, by kind of him being the sole purpose as to what they're gonna figure out how to get rid of this bad guy. In the episode, we see Shikadai, and he's reading the bingo book, and there's a guy in the bingo book who's able to completely copy one's chakra nature, or not chakra nature, but their chakra, and impersonating them, and etc, etc. You get it, right? That's impossible, but it's a rare jutsu. This one guy has, and he's going after information from the Leaf Village, and he's trying to, and then he gets put in the bingo book. Inojin, for some reason, is the only person who was actually able to figure out that he was the guy that they need to go after from the bingo book, and that certain things could happen. And they have this whole like barrier infiltration system where once your chakra gets registered, when you go in and out of the barrier, you get immediately notified of who's coming in and out of the village and who isn't registered and they need to get rid of, and all this. They explained it all in the episode, but it was cool. I feel like we hadn't seen anything like this before, or really we saw it in the Ninja War, and like the final arc of Naruto Shippuden, and that was the only time we ever really got to see it. But now they're using it for like everyday life, and I think that just makes sense for them to be able to do that. But mostly I just enjoyed the episode because it focused on Inojin. He had major character development from what he had before, and hopefully we can see some more interesting stuff with the other side characters. That's kind of all I really wanted to talk about within the episode. There's not really much to really say other than I liked a lot of the moments that happened with it, and I think Inojin had great character development, and that's all I can really ask for some of the side characters that we have from the show. The next episode seems to be focusing on Shikamaru and Ino a little bit, and the fact of, you know, the history of their fathers who died in the war. Not to say that they're the main focus, because it still has to be, you know, the kids, but they do seem to be kind of important in the next episode, which I think is interesting. I don't know why they're doing this, but maybe they'll do something interesting with it. I don't know. That's kind of it though. That's all I really have to say about it. That's the end of the episode, and that just means that's the end of the video as well. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you're already subscribed for more videos just like this. I thought this episode was pretty good. Go check it out. It's development for a side character we don't really get to see too often. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next one. I'm out. Peace.